Hello, I'm coming on live. I believe I'm live. So, hi, if you're watching me for the first time, thank you for stopping by. So, I'm coming on live because I'm on a challenge and I like to make all this live meaningful. And for the past few days, I've been doing storytelling because I'm actually listening to this kids book, which is really good, and there was a lot of depth, a lot of meaning behind it. So if you're coming on live with me right now, feel free to hashtag live, or if you're watching on a replay, feel free to hashtag replay. And if at the end of this live, if you feel that someone could benefit from this story, feel free to tag them or share with them this post. Okay, so the story goes, these two girls, Sarah and Lynette, they are distracting themselves and giving themselves a new idea so that they are not too preoccupied that Seth, their good friend who got injured, is all bandaged up and he can't meet them to play at the tree house. So Sarah and Lynette's good friend, who's also a friend of Seth, all three kids have another friend who's a wise owl by the name of Solomon. So Solomon gave Sarah and Lynette an idea. Introduce new thoughts, new good thoughts to uplift your spirit. And if you can't introduce new good thoughts to uplift your spirit with regards to a particular situation, introduce another new set of thoughts to a new situation. So Sarah and Lynette have introduced a new thought. They wanted a rope. Why? Because Lynette used to learn gymnastics and she would like to teach Sarah how to hang upside down from a rope. And then she get to swing. Okay? So Sarah's really excited about the idea. They're very clear with what they want and why they want it. It's very important because when you are clear with what you want, it's much easier to see the results than be vague about it. So they are very clear with what they want and they have great desire with it. So they're very specific that they wanted a big rope, it has to be smooth so that it can hang over a tree, a branch, or somewhere, so that Lynette can teach Sarah how to hang upside down and swing. Okay? And as all these ideas developed, Sarah remembered that there's a big rope she saw at the barn, and the barn belongs to Mrs. Wilson. So on their way home, Sarah and Lynette, they got very excited about this idea. They were walking and giggling, and they bumped into Mrs. Wilson. So the girls were so excited, and Mrs. Wilson needed extra pair of hands to help her with her groceries, and the girls are now going to Mrs. Wilson's house. So the girls are really excited. They're like, oh my goodness, things are unfolding and we are so much closer to getting the rope that we want. And when they arrived at Mrs. Wilson's home, Lynette was appreciating the garden. It was well trimmed, the flowers were really nice, and she complimented Mrs. Wilson. And Mrs. Wilson said, yeah, those flowers were really nice. Nobody really appreciates them. Well, anyway, who cares? I planted those flowers for myself. See, that statement itself, there's also underlying meaning. Is like when you're doing something, are you doing it because you want someone to acknowledge it and give you validation, or is it something that you want to do it for yourself? That was like a very smart insert of that particular conversation. So they went to the house, and Sarah and Lynette were admiring the house. It was one of the nicest house in the countryside. And then the girls noticed that there was some construction going on. Mrs. Wilson, what's going on with that area? Mrs. Wilson said, oh, we're going to build a swimming pool. You know, I finally convinced Mr. Wilson to build a pool because you girls probably do not understand, but when you're in a pool, it takes the weight off you. And this is really what I like, especially when my old bones aren't working as well. And Lynette was like, "Oh, are you a swimmer?" I said, "Yeah, I used to do some competitive swimming." So as they were chatting away, Sarah noticed that the new pool is in place of where the barn is. The barn has been demolished. Sarah was shocked and she asked, "Mrs. Wilson, what happened to the barn?" "Oh, the barn? It's an old thing. We got it demolished and it's going away." Yep. Off with the barn and in comes the swimming pool. Sarah's face had a cramp, just as she and Lynette felt that things were unfolding and they were so much closer getting the rope they wanted so that Lynette can teach Sarah how to swing upside down. And now they're at Mrs. Wilson's home to find that the barn is demolished. She was so sad. And even when Mrs. Wilson said, "You know what, girls? When the pool is ready, you can pop over to have a swim. I would like to have you girls come around. I mean, I wouldn't invite everybody, but I would really like you girls to come around." Sarah was so upset that the barn is gone and there goes the rope. She wasn't even excited about the invite. She just, "Okay." And Lynette noticed that as well. So they told Mrs. Wilson it's getting late, they need to get home. As the two girls walked out of Mrs. Wilson's home, they had initially arrived at Mrs. Wilson's home all excited, thinking that they're going to get the rope. Now they felt like they are back on to square one again. Sarah looked at Lynette. "Hey, I guess I'm heading home this way." And Lynette said, "Yeah, I'm going that way. So I'll see you back at the treehouse tomorrow." Sarah was, "Yeah, I'll see you." So the two girls went home. Right, so this is a really good story. You know, they did everything right. The girls knew exactly what they want. They knew why they want it. There was so much desire for what they want with so much clarity. And just when they thought that things were unfolding, it seems to have gone haywire. So that's why I like kids' books so much. It's true, right? How often have you experienced something where you feel like this is it, it's just going to happen, and then there's no evidence of you being close to what you desired, and the desire is so strong. And kids' stories are fantastic because it gives a reminder on how to turn things around on a lighter note. So there's a twist in a story, not just because it's a kid's story, it's going to be a happy ending, just because they think about what they want, they're very clear, they know why they want it, and they're just going to get the rope. Things do happen, just like when we are in our adult life. Sometimes we may not get evidence that things are unfolding. It seems as if it is, but then it seems like it's not. So at such moment, what's the next thing to do? Prior to reading a kid's book, I wouldn't know, but the girls now know. Tomorrow, when they go to the tree house, they're going to ask Solomon. Solomon is the wise owl. He always has an answer. So I'm going to share more. The girls, okay? So take care till then. Bye bye.